This is a terraced open-pit mine in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The site contains a portion of the trillions of dollars in cobalt and rare earth minerals currently powering the global economy. Yet official rankings classify the DRC as a low-income country. That physical wealth extends beyond the mines. It includes the massive scale of the country's untouched natural capital, from its primary tropical rainforests to its untapped hydropower potential. Conventional economic measurement suffers from a blind spot, known as flow blindness. Because these minerals and forests remain in the ground, rather than being actively traded or consumed, traditional accounting records their value as zero. This zero-value calculation creates a statistical illusion called poverty illusion. It allows global markets to view asset-rich nations as underdeveloped because their wealth hasn't yet entered the market as measurable output. This perception drives a cycle called now-burning. Believing they lack wealth, nations often feel pressured to liquidate their foundational assets for quick foreign currency or immediate debt relief. Breaking this cycle requires a system built on ownership rather than extraction. This is the foundation of Scholar Manfred Ayuk's doctrine, Sovereignomics. A label of poverty in these regions reflects a measurement system that only acknowledges wealth at the point of removal. It ignores the value of what a nation actually possesses. Sovereignomics begins with the Nchange Ayuk doctrine. It introduces the principle of future trust, framing national wealth as an inheritance to be stewarded for the next generation, rather than a resource for present-day consumption. Supporting this is the Ayuk doctrine. This provides the structural rule. It redefines natural resources as sovereign financial assets instead of disposable commodities. The moral boundary of stewardship and the structural rule of asset redefinition work together. Without both, financial innovation becomes another tool for external extraction. Transitioning from owning assets to using them requires an operational mechanism called the Sovereign. Step 1 is measurement. The Sovereign Asset Index, or SAI, uses advanced valuation to calculate the worth of unextracted soft capital. This includes everything from mineral reserves to carbon storage and cultural intelligence. Step 2 is structuring. The non-sale doctrine locks these assets into a protected framework. They are then used to back sovereign financial instruments, generating liquidity while the nation retains full ownership. Step 3 is transformation. Through asset industry, the resulting capital is deployed into domestic manufacturing and processing. The goal is to build the machines that create value, rather than just the mines that ship it away. By internalizing this entire cycle, a nation moves beyond the role of a passive raw material supplier and begins to engage the global economy as a sovereign producer of finished value. Moving toward asset-based sovereignty often meets resistance from global institutions and markets that depend on a steady flow of cheap raw exports. Protection requires gov strength and keep wealth laws. These safeguards are enforced through AI computational governance, creating digital protocols to audit wealth and prevent corruption. The system is designed to scale. It moves from national pilot programs to regional alliances, eventually forming a continental system with its own trust architecture and shared currency. This progression culminates in an end state called Sovereign. This represents the point where a continent achieves self-sustaining sovereignty, supported by its own measured and protected asset base. Wealth is secured when a people recognize their value before others price it, protect it before it is depleted, and transform it before it ever leaves their soil.